when Jake Tapper writes a book about how, oh, we were going to do this and we were going to do that, and Joe Biden was this and Joe Biden, Jake Tapper relentlessly was telling people that they're crazy for questioning the cognitive capabilities of President Biden. Now he writes a book. Jen?
Well, I'm not surprised because, again, we all knew, they knew the fact that he is just such a tool for the corporate establishment. He's always been a tool for the corporate establishment, or he wouldn't have that job. Let's be real. But, even let's say that he didn't know, even when he says he didn't know, like, it's all absurd. It's all ridiculous. And I keep going back to the fact that the most culpable person in all of this is still Jill Biden. And Jake Tapper is just an idiot. Like, you want to play him because I am hopeful that so few people buy his stupid book. And that for a while I'm thinking maybe his mom will have to buy like a whole bunch of copies or something. She'd be like, did you see what my son Jakey did?
You know what I remember? I remember when Ted Cruz got caught when he wrote his book, and they bought like a couple of 100,000 copies of the book to make it look like they were really interested.
Yeah. Because how many people do you, like, seriously, how many people are going to, I mean, even if it's just neolibs that go out, it's not, how many of them are going to want to go actually get this book?
Yeah, well, that's a very good point, because leave it to Jon Stewart to show you just how desperate they are to gin up interest in this book.
We're back with breaking news and our politics lead and a brand new excerpt from my upcoming book with Axios' Alex Thompson. It's called Original Sin. I'm not sure if you've heard of it. It's on Biden's decline. It's called Original Sin. I'm sure you've heard on May 20th. That's Tuesday. Original Sin. That's coming out in 3 weeks. On May 20th. That's just 19 days away. In 1 week and 1 day. Coming out in just a few days. Comes out Tuesday. You will not believe what we found out.
That you're right. Corporate whore.
Oh, my God.
Heavy corporate whore.
Like, seriously, look, he is so stereotypical. Like, this really could be a movie. It's like if we were the Hunger Games, I mean, he'd probably have different color hair a la Stanley Tucci. But this is absurd. He is absurd. He is a complete tool for capital. He's been a tool for capital forever. He covered this shit up. He knew he was covering it up. And now he's actually trying to profit off of a book saying that he knew.
Mitsanagi's got it right. Used car salesman vibe all the way. That's exactly. And you will not believe what we discovered about what a jackass I am about trying to peddle my book.
Oh, my God.
He's a host on CNN, and they let him peddle his book like that in such gratuitous fashion. And that's just a cutaway. You know that he is, I mean, I don't know if any of you in the chat are clearly, I would be shocked if anybody here actually watches CNN, much less Jake Tapper.
I will suggest something. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But what I was going to say is there is no question that he has probably been pumping this book up every single day for the past month. Every day he's pumping it up, and they're letting him use their platform in order to do it. I mean, I would like to hope that some people are getting turned off by this, but let's see what Jon Stewart has to say.
Don't news people have to tell you what they know when they find it out? Isn't that the difference between news and a secret?
I just can't. Well, that's the thing. So actually, Jake Tapper, let me tell you, the hubris on these people is really insane. So he's now trying to profit for a book telling you how he lied to you.
Oh, man. Jen, this one just caught my eye. Day Jones, you look like a new person here. Dude, I can't, or lady, I could be wrong.
You're Peter's spirit friend. You're his spirit friend. He loves you.
If I had to pick, I would say that Pac-Man's worse. Just because
Again, that's like asking somebody's favorite venereal disease.
Yeah, I would just say that Pac-Man's worth simply because he's just much more of he's more of a slime ball. He's more of a slime ball. Like they're kind of on equal footing. They're both Zionists. Let's not forget that about Tapper and Pac-Man. They're both huge Zionists. Not as bad as Dana Bash, but pretty bad. But you know what the beautiful thing is? Jon Stewart is as chewy as it gets, and he's for the liberation of the Palestinian people. So it just goes to show you that there are good people out there. Jon Stewart just happens to be a great entertainer. The fact that he's free Palestine only makes him that much better. Well, let's see what else he has to say.
You won't believe what we found out. No, that's why I'm watching. Breaking news in a week. Now, I don't know how the rest of the country is feeling about this book coming out, but I know New York is hyped. How do you pivot from excitedly promoting your anchor's book to somberly and respectfully promoting your anchor's book?
Biden's health was very much in the news even before the cancer diagnosis was announced on Sunday. That's because of a new book by CNN's Jake Tapper.
This was already going to be a tough week, and this makes it much harder. And that is a reference to the fact that our colleague, Jake Tapper, and Alex Thompson have a book that's set to publish on Tuesday.
This very tough news, this very challenging news, and at the same time, the backdrop of our colleague Jake Tapper's book with Alex Thompson.
Can they add that in anymore? Can they fit that in anymore?
You almost have to imagine. I mean,
the QR code to buy it across the screen, for God's sake.
I mean, I've worked in sports media, so I could tell you that there's clearly a producer in the anchor's ears, basically telling them, okay, get plug. That's all, and it's just one word. It's plug.
I do want to say this though, that I don't know if you got to see any of Megyn Kelly's interview with Jake Tapper.
I haven't, but I heard she destroyed him.
She destroyed him. And I, again, not a fan of Megyn Kelly. I think she looks and is a horrible person. Like, I am not a fan of her. Yeah, but she destroyed him. It was kind
coming out this week.
It's so hard. It's such a difficult time, so unfathomable in terms of the pain this family must be feeling. And yet, if you act now, and you use the code / tap that book, you will obviously this 20% off offer is not to actually frame this difficult news as perhaps even more of a reason to buy this book.
The timing of former President Joe Biden's cancer diagnosis is certainly dramatic, coming on the eve of a blockbuster new book about his health.
I don't understand why they keep putting me on TV.
I knew you were going to go right into Brian's filter mode.
Look at how much they've colored my face. I look like a hot potato just fresh out of the oven. I'm going to call him Brian
So
Taylor.
ridiculous. So can we get that? I mean, I don't know if there's a way for us to easily get the clip of some of the Megyn Kelly thing.
Yeah, if you've got a clip of,
any of Megyn going after fake snapper.
Yeah, fake snapper. That's a good one. All right, let's finish it up.
His time in the White House.
Go on.
I'm sure some observers will say that the reporting in the book is even more important now.
Yet nobody's saying that. No observers will say it's more important now. Some observers might think, do these CNN people work on commission?
Yes.
Why are they hawking this fucking thing? Is this a Girl Scout cookie situation? Whoever sells the most Tapper books gets a Schwinn.
Well, I mean, look, it was definitely put into all their notes to be referencing it every, definitely.
Slipping it in there. Like I said, just getting that word from the producer telling him, now, please, now. That's essentially what's happening.